The Los Angeles Lakers just got eliminated in Game 5 by the Minnesota Timberwolves, and with LeBron James possibly heading into retirement, this might have been his last shot at a championship. The craziest part is they traded for Luka Doncic at the trade deadline to go all in, and still came up short. So today, I'm going to be taking control and building a true contender around Luka Doncic. Let's get right into this video. I'm not sure if we have ourselves any first round picks, but let's go ahead and see if we do. I know we don't have a draft lottery for sure, but let's see if we get ourselves a first round pick, and we do not, which is totally fine. Staff signing, we are going to keep JJ Redick as our head coach for now and see how things go going forward. Of course, we can always change that depending on how he does. Also, my bad for the inconsistency. I've been sick for the last week. I'm still sick, haven't got fully better, so that's the reason why I haven't uploaded a video in about 6-7 days. And also, if you guys are enjoying this video so far, please make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. We do have ourselves two future first round picks in the 2026 draft and 2028 draft that we could trade if we need to upgrade our roster. And my plans for this offseason is signing and then trading LeBron James. The only reason for that is he's 40 years old. I don't see us winning a championship with him, and I think we can get ourselves something good in return for LeBron James. And plus, in every rebuild I've done with the Lakers, I've always decided to keep him on this team, so for now we're going to be making a change. Team player options, LeBron James does decline his $52 million player option. Dorian Finney-Smith picks up his $15 million player option. So we're going to have to re-sign LeBron James and then hopefully trade him for some good players. We're not going to give the qualifying offer to either of these players here. Now let's go to free agency. And in free agency, we do have enough money to sign Ty Jerome, but I don't think we're going to be able to sign him and LeBron James. LeBron wants $62 million, which is a lot for a 40-year-old, but of course we're going to have to give it to him in order to sign and then trade him. Well, actually, we can give him around $50 million, which is pretty cool. We'll make that a 2-year deal and then flip him later on. Ty Jerome, let's try getting, he only wants around $8.5 million, which is absolutely amazing. And hopefully we're able to sign both of these players, which we are not. So we didn't have the money for Ty Jerome, so we're going to have to look for a different backup point guard. And we also need ourselves a new big man because we don't have any center on this team at the moment. I'm not sure where Jackson Hayes went. So it looks like he's also a free agent. He shouldn't be, but he is. I am using someone's share scenarios, so things may not be as perfect, but I'm pretty sure he's a free agent here somewhere. And whatever, we won't be bringing him back anyways. So I'm probably going to sign Steven Adams. He's been amazing with the Houston Rockets. He only wants a minimum contract, and then we'll probably trade for a better big man going forward. We can also get ourselves Chris Boucher, Mo Wagner, Luke Cornett. There's a few decent options. Von Looney would be pretty nice as well, so let's go ahead and offer him a 1-year contract, and both of them accept. So I was checking the big man left in free agency, and somehow we have enough money to get Clint Capella. Well, hopefully we do. It looks like he's interested if we're giving him around $5.5 million on a 2-year contract. Let's make that a no trade clause. He could be our backup center going forward, and let's see if he accepts. And he does accept the contract, which is amazing. So he could either start for us at that center position or be our backup center to whoever we decide to trade for. I'm pretty sure the Boston Celtics won't accept this trade, but it is worth a try because LeBron James is still one of the highest overall players in the game. So let's see what the Boston Celtics say if we send them LeBron James for Jaylen Brown, and of course they decline. But let's see if we can include some first round picks if we can get this done. They're still going to be declining. I would love to pair up Jaylen Brown with Luka Doncic, so I'm going to do everything in my power to hopefully make that happen. Let's try throwing them a bunch of random role players on our team that we don't need. Bronny James could go with his father, and they're still declining. Steven Adams, we don't have the money to do that. Kevon Looney, we won't have the money to do. So it looks like we're not going to be getting ourselves Jaylen Brown. Wait a second, Dalton Connect is a player with a pretty high trade value, so maybe they would accept if we include him in this trade, and they're still not going to be accepting, sadly. What if we throw in, yeah, the salaries won't match. So it looks like we're not getting ourselves Jaylen Brown, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Now I'm going to try trading for Evan Mobley. I'm not sure why the Cleveland Cavaliers would do this trade, but this would definitely make the Lakers a lot better. Let's see what they say, and of course they are going to be declining. Let's throw in a bunch of picks, let's throw in some role players, and hopefully make this trade happen. And they're still declining, but yeah, we're not getting ourselves Evan Mobley. That would be amazing if we were able to, but that's not happening. So now I'm going to show you guys the trade that's actually going to be happening, because I tried the last two and they haven't been a success. I decided to throw LeBron James and Dalton Connect in Trade Finder, and the Houston Rockets are down to send us Alperen Sengun and Jabari Smith Jr. We can also get ourselves Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs, so I'm kind of confused on which player we should target. And I've decided we're going to be getting ourselves Alperen Sengun and Jabari Smith Jr. We have to send them LeBron James, Dalton Connect, and Steven Adams. In return, we get Sengun and Jabari Smith Jr. And now our center rotation is filled out with Sengun as our starting center, Capella as our backup center. Our power, we have way too many power forwards on our team, and we have no small forwards. So we obviously need to make some more trades to get ourselves a small forward, probably trading away Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith, or even Rui Hachimura. And this here is the trade we're going to be pulling off. We get ourselves a sharpshooter, a two-way player in DeAndre Hunter, and we also get Max Strus, who could either come off the bench as our sixth man, or we could flip him this offseason. To make this trade happen, we're going to be sending Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Looney, a first-round pick for Hunter, and Max Strus. I want to try and acquire ourselves Ty Jerome to be our sixth man. We tried getting him in free agency, but we failed, and he signed with the Charlotte Hornets. So let's see if we can pull off a trade here with him, where we send the Max Strus, Gabe Vincent for Ty Jerome and Josh Green. We had to add Josh Green in order to make the salaries match, and they declined. They don't give us a counter offer. Let's throw in a first round pick, and they're still going to be declining. We can't even include another player because of the salaries will not match. I'm gonna try pulling off a pretty insane trade here with the Timberwolves, getting ourselves Donte DiVincenzo. We also have to take on Mike Conley's contract, where we send them Max Strus, Shake Milton, Clint Capella in our first round pick, and they accept. Now what we're going to do is trade away Mike Conley for a new backup center, since we don't have Clint Capella anymore. And we don't need Mike Conley since we already have Donte DiVincenzo as our backup center, as our backup point guard. There we go, we could get ourselves Mitchell Robinson, who would be perfect. Let's see if there's anyone else, and there's not. So we're going to be pulling off this trade here with the New York Knicks sending the Mike Conley, Bronny James Jr. for Mitchell Robinson and a second round pick. Now I'm going to sign a bunch of players on minimum contracts, and then I'll see you guys at the start of this coming season. And here we are at the start of this season with our new and upgraded rotation. Our starting lineup is going to include Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Hunter, Jabari Smith Jr., and Alperen Sengun. And off the bench we have ourselves Donte DiVincenzo, Dante Exum, Mitchell Robinson, and Kenrich Williams. We're going to be running a 9-man rotation, and I think we're definitely championship contenders. By the way, if my energy has been low in this video again, I'm sorry. I have been sick for the past week or so, and I'm still sick currently, so that's the reason why I don't have much energy. But let's simulate the first week and see how things go, and we win all 4 games. And in game 1, we scored 162 points against the Memphis Grizzlies. 3 of our players had double-doubles. Alperen Sengun had a 32-point triple-double. Jabari Smith had 27. Luka had a 26-point double-double. Austin Reeves had a 22-point double-double. And I think we're going to be unstoppable this season. Now I'm going to start simulating until the end of this season, but of course, if there's any trades to be made, I'll stop at the trade deadline to show you guys. I'm stopped here at the trade deadline, and we're sadly going to have to move on from Austin Reeves. The only reason we're going to be trading away Austin Reeves is we have Luka Doncic as our point guard, and we don't really have ourselves a good defensive player in our backcourt. And Mikal Bridges could be that perfect player. He's an amazing 3-and-D wing. He can pick up Luka Doncic's defensive slack. So we're going to go ahead and try bringing Mikal Bridges on this team. But I want to keep Kenrich Williams out of this trade because he's been playing really good for us off of the bench. Let's see what they say. Now they want Jonathan Isaac. Let's go ahead and pull it off. This trade here for Mikal Bridges, in my opinion, is going to make us a lot better. He's an amazing defender, which we didn't have in our backcourt. Obviously, Austin Reeves is an amazing player, offensive player, but he's not really a good defensive player. So getting Mikal Bridges should help out with our defense. And now I'm going to be simulating until the end of the season. We are currently the number 5 seed with 32 wins and 18 losses, which is pretty insane because that's a really good record to be the 5th seed. So clearly the West is stacked. And at the end of this season, Nikola Jokic wins MVP, averaging a 27-point triple-double. We have Dylan Harper winning Rookie of the Year, Ty Jerome 6th player. We did want Ty Jerome, and that would have been amazing if we were able to get him, but it is what it is. Wemby wins Defensive Player of the Year, Trace Jackson Davis Most Improved. Not sure how that's most improved because he averaged 0.1 more point than the previous season, but whatever. Shea wins Clutch Player of the Year, JJ Redick our head coach, Coach of the Year, and we also win Executive of the Year. After we traded for Mikal Bridges, we won a lot of games, so he helped us out a ton. And we do get Luka Doncic on All-NBA First Team. He was in the race to winning MVP. He averaged 29 points per game, while 28.5, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. Let's see if we have anybody else here, and we do get ourselves Alperen Sengun on All-NBA Third Team. I was not expecting that, but I'll take it. Let's see if we have anyone here on All Defensive Team, which we do not. That's amazing. Let's go check out the player stats. But before we check out the player stats, our record again was 61 wins and 21 losses, and we ended up as the number 1 seed. The Dallas Mavericks for 1 game behind us. Let's see the player stats and see how our team did. So the leading scorer on this team was obviously Luka Doncic, averaging nearly 29 points per game. Then we had Mikal Bridges averaging 17.5 points per game. We had Alperen Sengun averaging 17 a night, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So he was doing it all. He was playing really well for us. 15 a night from Jabari Smith, 13.5 from Hunter, 11 from Dante DiVincenzo as our 6th man. Now let's see who we're going to be taking on in round 1, and it's going to be the Los Angeles Clippers. So it's LA versus LA. They have themselves Blake Wesley, Chris Dunn, Norman Powell, Kawhi Leonard, who's a 92 overall. I'm kind of surprised by that because usually he ends up regressing pretty fast, but it looks like that's changed. They have Zubac. They no longer have James Harden, which is good for us, and I think we should be able to beat this team. So this here's what the player minutes will be looking like. Our starting lineup is going to be getting most of the minutes, and then our bench unit will be getting some minutes, but not as many as they did in the regular season. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Luka Doncic drops 40 points, 9 boards, and 14 assists. Sengun drops 32 and 16. Game number 2 is also a win for us. So is game 3, and we sweep the LA Clippers. Let's check out the player stats. So in the 4 games we played, Luka averaged a 37-point triple-double. Sengun was averaging a 21.5 point double-double, 17 from Bridges, 15 from Jabari Smith. And now we're in round number 2, where we're going to be taking on the Golden State Warriors, who have Jimmy Butler. He's now up to a 90 overall. And what's so funny is they got themselves Dillon Brooks. And we know that Dillon Brooks and the Warriors hate each other. So this is kind of funny that he ended up on this team. They also got Alex Caruso, Precious Achiuwa, a few more players. But still, I think we're the better team. Let's see what happens. Game 1, we do win. Luka with 25, 24 from Hunter. Game 2 is also a win for us. We do lose game 3. Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler combined for 40 points, and their team played better defense than we did. Game 4 is also a loss, and now the series is tied. And how is Kuminga playing this good? I'm surprised by that. Let's see how our team's doing. So Jabari Smith is playing pretty bad compared to the regular season, as you guys can see. His efficiency is not there. But Sengun has been really good. Luka's been really good. A few other players have been really good. Mikal Bridges, compared to the regular season, has not been there as well. I switched up some shot tendencies. Let's see if that's going to end up helping us get this win and go up 3-2. We do have home court advantage, which is really good for us, but so far we are getting destroyed. We do end up losing once again. Luka played amazing, Hunter played good, Sengun was decent, but we still fell short because our defense was not there. And I'm going to come up with a defensive coach game plan. I don't want Luka Doncic guarding Steph. I want Mikal Bridges to be guarding Steph Curry at all times. And a defensive coach game plan is something I probably should have done earlier, but I totally forgot about it, and clearly that's ended up hurting us in the long run, because now we're down 3-2, but hopefully we can tie up this series. Let's see what happens. We don't have home court advantage here, but we don't okay, yeah, we're being eliminated and being sent to Cancun. Sengun was amazing. Luka Doncic was horrible. He had a 20-point triple-double, but his efficiency was bad. 8 of 26 shooting is horrible. So of course, this offseason, we're going to have to make some big moves in order to make this team a championship contender. And let's see who goes on to win the championship. It's Anthony Edwards versus Cade Cunningham. We're both of them in the same draft class. Let's see. So 2021 and 2020. So Anthony Edwards was drafted 1 year earlier, and the Pistons go on to win the championship with Cade Cunningham winning Finals MVP. I will be doing a Detroit Pistons rebuild pretty soon as well as every other team that's been eliminated. Now let's go to the offseason and see what we'll be doing. LeBron James is going to be retiring. He averaged 24.5 points per game with the Houston Rockets. And Mike Conley's also retiring. And Draymond Green also decides to hang it up. He was playing he was playing with the Houston Rockets somehow. It looks like he was traded to Houston to go play with his buddy LeBron James. And they both decide to retire in the same off season, which we'll let them do. Let's see if there's anyone that we should overturn. So Klay Thompson ended up becoming a Atlanta Hawk player, which is pretty insane. A lot of trades happened this past season. Now let's see what we're going to be doing this offseason. Greg Popovich decided to retire just like he did in real life after being a coach in the league for 37 years, which is pretty insane to think about. Hall of Fame Chris Paul, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook, and a bunch of jersey retirements. We have Draymond Green, LeBron James, Klay, Kyle Lowry, LeBron again, Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook. I don't think we have ourselves a first round pick. I'm pretty sure we traded that away, but let's double check that. So where are we? And it looks like, yeah, so the Cavaliers get our 29th pick, which I'm fine with. We don't really have time to be developing young players anyways. So I know we have JJ Redick as our head coach, but we could possibly get ourselves Jason Kidd. And getting Jason Kidd will make our team a lot better because he already has chemistry with Luka Doncic, who is our #1 star. So I'm going to go ahead and fire JJ Redick and hopefully try and hire Jason Kidd, which I'm pretty sure we should be able to do, and that's exactly what we did. We also have ourselves a second round pick, so let's see who we're going to be selecting, and let's see the top 3 picks in the 2026 NBA draft. So the first pick the Chicago Bulls have, and they take Cam Boozer. Okay, that's a pretty good pick for this team. The New York Knicks, let's see who they take. They of course take AJ DeBonsta. The Phoenix Suns have the 3rd overall pick. I'm not sure how, but they take Darren Peterson. They can move his position to point guard, and that's what I'll probably do. And that way Devin Booker could play the shooting guard position. But now let's sim to our pick and see who we're going to be selecting. So we can get JT Toppin. I'm pretty sure JT Toppin actually progresses into a really good player. So let me see here who we could select, and I'll show you guys once I come up with that decision. So yeah, we're going to be picking JT Toppin. He has a ceiling of an all-star, so let's go ahead and select him. Hopefully he ends up progressing into a decent player going forward. Rookie signing, he's a 71 overall. Team player option, Luka Doncic declines his player option. That is going to be huge, because we need to re-sign him, and hopefully he's down to re-sign with our team. And we also need to re-sign Jabari Smith Jr. I'm not even sure we'll have the money to do all of that, but I hope we do. Let's see. We do have bird rights on Luka Doncic and on Jabari Smith Jr., and they want a lot of money. And regardless wanting a lot of money, of course we're going to be paying Luka Doncic as much as we can. We need him back on our team no matter what. We'll give him a no trade clause, player option on the 5th year, $54 million a year. And I'm pretty sure he should accept that. Let's see. So yeah, he wants to come back on our team, which is amazing. And then we'll give Jabari Smith Jr. No one's offering Jabari Smith Jr. anything at the moment, so we should be able to lower this down to around $27 million, $27.5 million. I'm pretty sure he'll accept. And there we go. Both players accept. We get Jabari Smith Jr. 4-year, $123 million. We get Luka Doncic on a 4-year, $245 million contract. We can sign ourselves Ojai, I don't know how to pronounce the name. Ojai Abaji. Okay, that's how you say it. We can get ourselves Ojai Abaji for a really good contract. He wants around $5 million. He could be our backup small forward. He's a really good 3-point shooter, really good defender. So let's go ahead and offer him a 2-year contract, which he accepts. But we are not done there, because we didn't win a championship with this team. Even though we're super stacked, I am going to be making a really big trade this offseason. Well, at least hopefully I make a really big trade. That's a plan, and I'll show you guys what trade that's going to be. And the huge trade we're going to try pulling off is for Karl Anthony Towns and Josh Hart. I think having a true number 2 option behind Luka Doncic will take us a long way, which we didn't really have this past season. We didn't have another player that was averaging 20 points per game. Sengun was averaging 17. I want a player like Karl Anthony Towns that can drop 25 points, 20 points any given night, averaging a double-double. And now we're going to be targeting Evan Mobley from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I tried getting ourselves Karl Anthony Towns, but that did not work out. Evan Mobley is listed at a power forward, but we can move his position to the center position, and he could be that perfect number 2 scoring option behind Luka Doncic. So let's see what the Cleveland Cavaliers say for this trade. Of course, we're not giving up Luka. Let's throw in some picks and maybe some players and hopefully get this trade done. We're probably going to have to include a player like DeAndre Hunter, which I'm totally fine with. In return, take back Isaac Okoro. And let's see if we got to give up one more player and they are not accepting. What if we give you Dorian Finney-Smith? That's not working either. JT Toppin. And it looks like we may have to include Mitchell Robinson. And that gets it done. Let's go. I didn't want to give up Mitchell Robinson, but it is what it is. We got ourselves Evan Mobley. And this is just perfect. Andre Drummond is sitting here in free agency, who could be our backup center, which we needed after losing Mitchell Robinson. So we're going to go ahead and sign him on a 2-year contract, which he accepts. Our small forward position is lacking pretty hard. We have Kenrich Williams, Isaac Okoro, and Abaji. If I can upgrade this position, of course I will. And there we go, we can get ourselves Josh Hart from the New York Knicks. We also get ourselves a first round pick. All we gotta do is send them Kenrich Williams, Isaac Okoro, and a second round pick. And after we move Josh Hart's position from power forward to small forward, I'm pretty sure he goes up to an 87 overall. So let's go ahead and move his position from power forward, and yeah, he goes up to an 87 overall, which is insane. Now we have ourselves a really good starting five. We have Luka Doncic, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Jabari Smith Jr., and Evan Mobley. And I think we're ready for this coming season. Here we are at the start of this season with our championship rotation. I'm manifesting it. We're winning a championship this season. We have ourselves an amazing rotation. And our starting lineup includes Luka Doncic, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Jabari Smith Jr., and Evan Mobley at the center position. And off the bench, we have Dante DiVincenzo, Andre Drummond, Matisse Thybulle, and Abaji. So we have a lot of defense and a lot of offense. The only player that's not really a good defensive player here is Luka Doncic. So that does not matter at all when the rest of the team is elite defenders. But let's go ahead and simulate this first week and see how things go. And we win 3 of the 4 games, and we held the OKC Thunder to 100 points, where we scored 153. Evan Mobley in his Lakers debut puts up 34 points. Luka Doncic has a 29-point triple-double. And now I'm going to be simulating until the end of this season. But of course, if there's trades to be made, I'll stop and show you guys. And I love this rotation. Once again, we have defense all around Luka Doncic. He's one of the best. He is basically the best offensive player in the NBA, but he's not the best defender. So having good defenders around him helps him out a lot. But now let's go ahead and simulate until the end of this season or until the trade deadline. And at the end of this season, we go on to win Luka Doncic his first MVP. Let's go. Cameron Boozer wins Rookie of the Year. Isaiah Collier, 6th player. Wemby, Defensive Player. Jamal Sheed, Giannis, Defensive Player. How did Giannis win Defensive Player? Okay, that's Clutch Player. Yeah, because it was Wemby who won Defensive Player. But Giannis wins Clutch Player. Jason Kidd wins Coach of the Year. And as you guys can see, we won 70 games. We had an amazing season. And of course, the MVP is on All NBA first team. We also get Evan Mobley on All NBA second team. Let's go. That's going to be it for awards, unless we get someone here. And we do get Evan Mobley on All Defensive second team. Let's go. We were the number 1 seed with 70 wins and only 12 losses. Let me show you guys the player stats for the regular season before we jump into the playoffs. So the leading scorer on our team was Luka Doncic, averaging 26.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 10 assists on amazing efficiency. And then we had Evan Mobley, amazing second option on this team, averaging 23 points per game, playing the center position, as well as 9.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. He shot 37% from 3, and he was taking a lot of 3-pointers, which is impressive. He made 222 3-pointers. 16 from Bridges, 15 from Jabari, 14 from Josh Hart, and 11.5 from Dante DiVincenzo. Now we're going to be taking on the New Orleans Pelicans, who no longer have Brandon Ingram, obviously, and they're playing Pascal Siakam at that center position, which is pretty weird. But let me fix up the player minutes, and hopefully we go on to win a championship this time around. I fixed up the player minutes, and now let's see what we can do here in the playoffs. Game number 1 is a win for us. Bridges drops 27 points. Game 2 is also a win. So is game 3. And we sweep the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's check out the player stats for the games we played here. The leading scorer on our team was Luka Doncic, averaging 25 a night, and then we had Bridges averaging 22 points per game. So every single player on our team played amazing in round 1. Hopefully we can keep this up. In round 2, we're taking on the Golden State Warriors, who somehow acquired Kevin Durant, of course. And how'd they get him? He took a minimum contract, well, $5.5 million contract to go ring chase with the Warriors once again. They have Steph Curry, Brandon Pajemski, KD, Jimmy, and Trace Jackson Davis. I love the Warriors, but this is annoying that they have Kevin Durant at a 91 overall and Jimmy Butler still a 91 overall. I'm not sure how that's the case, but it is, because usually he's regressing like crazy. So clearly that sheer scenario that I'm using at the moment has changed some things. And this is what the bench is looking like for this team. Game number 1 is a win for us. Luka drops a 31-point triple-double. Game 2 is a loss for us. Jabari had 26, but Curry had 43 points. Game 3 is a win for us. What did I just press? And we also win game 4 and 5. Let's go. We're in the conference finals taking on the San Antonio Spurs, who have Josh Giddey and Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell. How do they have all these players? How did they afford all these players? I'm not sure how they afforded all these players, but they did. They also have DeAndre Ayton, Isaiah Hartenstein. Yeah, I do not know how they afforded all these players, but somehow they did. But I think we can beat them. And they win in game 1. We win game 2. They win game 3. And now I'm going to come up with a defensive coach game plan. A defensive coach game plan has been set. Let's see if that's going to help us tie up the series here. We won't have home court advantage. And so far they do have the lead on us, but we take it right back and we're up by 11 points and we go on to win by 10. Luka Doncic drops 35 and 11. Jabari Smith Jr. drops 21. We had a bunch of double-doubles on our team. I'm not sure why Evan Mobley is not playing as good as he did in the regular season. His efficiency has gone down a ton. Defensive coach game plan has been set. I do think we can defeat this team, but let's see what happens. We won't have home court advantage for this game, and it's tied at 97-97. Coach game plan is set. I did change up some shot tendencies as well, depending on how our players were playing. And let's see what happens. It looks like we do have the lead at the moment, and we are going to be winning once again. Let's go. There we go. That's a Mobley we needed, dropping 31 points, hitting 5 3-pointers. I did adjust Evan Mobley's shot tendency. Clearly that worked, but where's Luka Doncic? 8 points. Whoa. 8 points in 36 minutes is insane. And now if we win this game, we go on to the NBA Finals and we lose. Going to game 7, Wemby had 24. Luka had 26, 25 from Mobley, and we fall short. And see what I mean? I'm so sick. I was thinking that I was the San Antonio Spurs for some reason. I'm not sure why I was thinking that, but I was. And of course, that's not the case. That just proves that I'm sick, and I'm sorry that my energy is low once again. I haven't been feeling good at all, and literally I have zero energy in my body. I'm forcing myself to make this video. You guys could probably tell by my voice, but I want to bring a video out for you guys. So let's jump into game 7. We do have home court advantage, and let's see if we can get this win. So far we do have the lead, and it looks like we will be going to the NBA Finals. Mobley drops 27, 22 from Doncic, 22 from Jabari Smith. Evan Mobley wins Western Conference Finals MVP, Trae Young Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and now we're going to be taking on the Atlanta Hawks. And I promise as soon as I'm feeling better, I'm going to be uploading every other day once again. It's been a long time since I uploaded, and I'm going to make sure I'm uploading a lot more. But let's see if we can win ourselves a championship. I really want to win a championship for this video. So let's see if we can. We do lose game 1, we lose game 2, and now I'm going to come up with a defensive coach game plan. I changed up some shot tendencies, came up with a defensive coach game plan. Let's see if that's going to help us get this win here, which I hope it does. We lost both of our first 2 games at home court advantage, which sucks, but we're starting off this game pretty strong and it looks like we will be winning. Luka Doncic drops his 27-point triple-double, and he's only averaging 23 points per game. He's playing amazing, but I would like for him to be shooting a lot more than what he's been shooting. He's our number 1 option. We need him taking like 20-30 shots a game, literally. Evan Mobley was amazing, so was Josh Hart, and the rest of the guys. Jabari Smith did struggle a little bit, but that is all right. Now let's go into game 4. And once again, we won't have home court advantage, which is totally fine. We start off real strong, and whoa, we blew them out. We held them to 78 points. Let's see Trae Young. We held Trae Young to 5 of 17 shooting, 5 turnovers. Reece Shea was their scoring leader on the team. Mobley put up 29 points. Luka Doncic had a really nice triple-double, just didn't shoot the ball as much, but we still got the win. And now let's see what happens next. We do win game 5, and we win game 6 to win ourselves a championship. Luka Doncic wins finals MVP, averaging a 24-point triple-double. Before I end out this video, let me show you guys our player stats here. And we played a total of 22 games. Evan Mobley was the leading scorer, while he was tied with Luka Doncic, which is kind of impressive because I thought Luka Doncic would be averaging a lot more, but it is what it is. Both of them were averaging a double-double. 19 points per game from Jabari Smith Jr., underrated player on our team, helped us a ton. Bridges, another underrated player, 16 points per game, amazing. 12 from Josh Hart. Dante DiVincenzo, amazing off the bench for our team, 11 from him. And Andre Drummond didn't score much, but his rebounding was honestly amazing. And Abaji and Matisse Thybulle's defense was amazing. Now let's see the NBA final stats, where we played a total of 6 games. So the leading scorer in the NBA Finals was Evan Mobley. He was averaging 29 points per game, 11 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. Shooting 64% from the field and 48%. I'm surprised he didn't win Finals MVP, but it is what it is. Luka was averaging a 24-point triple-double, so obviously that's why he won. He was playing absolutely amazing. 19 from Jabari Smith Jr., 14 from Mikal Bridges, 13 from Josh Hart, and the rest of the team. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Once again, I'm so sorry for being low energy. I'm very sick. Sorry for the inconsistency. I'll be uploading a lot more once I'm feeling better. So that's it for this video. Please drop a thumbs up, subscribe. Comment down below what rebuild you guys want to see next. I'm going to be doing elimination rebuilds, so comment down below what team you guys would like to see next. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.